And your name?
Skyler.
Yeah, I knew that.
Do you have your press button? Okay.
Yeah, I got both.
As long as this isn't in the frame. So, yeah, you can fix it. Alright. Hello there! This is Skyler from the Metal4LifeShow, and I'm here with
Franccesca from Fate Destroyed.
What the fuck is up?
Alright, so I have a few questions for you, and I'm sure everyone else is wanting to know as well. So, what would you say your favorite and least favorite parts of being a musician are?
Ooh, okay, so I'll start with, we'll do like a compliment sandwich. I'll do like a good thing, a thing I fucking hate, and then like another good thing to round it out.
I like that.
We'll try to keep it a little bit positive.
Positivity.
One good thing that I really like is I basically get to travel around the country with 4 of my best friends. So like whether the shows are good or whether the shows are shit or whether we run into hardships on the road, like we're best friends. And
that's the best.
I feel like not very many people get that opportunity, you know? Like the other day we were listening, like whenever new bands or whenever bands are putting out new albums, we do like listening parties in the tour van.
So fun.
And so, you know, we'll sit there, and since all of us are musicians and have like this childlike obsession with music, we'll like pick things apart, and it's just like, I don't ever have to hide who I am. Like these people know me to my core, and I don't find in life a lot of times you get to just be yourself 100% all the time. You like, you know, so yeah, without the worry of being a judge. So that's one thing that I really like. Something that I fucking hate about being on tour, I mean, the generic answer is I miss my dog. I miss her so much. She's like my whole entire everything, and my dog sitter sends me pictures of her and stuff, and I like look at her and I'm like, I miss her. But the other thing I hate about being on tour is I eat like shit, and I don't like that. So.
Oh man, yeah, I live right next to a Checkers, so I can really.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm home, I like really care about the food that I put in my body, and I exercise a lot.
I can definitely tell you look good.
But here, when I'm on the road, it's like, what's immediately available? It's like, we're stopping at gas stations, I'm eating like, I don't know, like
nachos, hot dogs,
chips and shit, and then I go home and I feel like ass for at least like the first week after I get home. I really hate it. And to round it out with the compliment sandwich, the other thing I really like about being on tour is I get to like be a tourist. Really, like truly be a tourist.
Yes.
So, you know, so we have like a band tradition. Every major city every major city we go to, or even most cities in general, we have a tradition where we find like a non-chain coffee shop. And so we have tried coffee shops in 30 cities in like 20 states.
That sounds like a bucket list. I agree.
It's
totally
so cool.
Get it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry for I talk a lot. It's a lot of answers.
No, that's what we're here for. One thing I did think of when I was just like sitting home thinking of questions to ask you, like I was the only girl in my house, like growing up, 3 younger brothers and a dad, mom. So like I can definitely dig like the brotherhood and just like how much fun it is to be with like
it is awesome and also
dudes
not
who aren't
awesome.
trying to bone you and just care about you and
They
have
do,
your back.
and they like protect me. Like we had this one show where we had this fan come out, and you know, generally speaking, like I'm very nice unless I have to not be nice. If that makes sense.
I'm a Cancer. I can dig it.
Yeah. And we had this fan person that came out to one of our shows, and he was being like really touchy with me, and 2 of my bandmates literally took him outside, and they were like, "Leave her the fuck alone. Leave her alone." You know, and I'm just like, thank you. I know I can, and I do stand up for myself, but it was just a really uncomfortable situation, and like I didn't have to ask them. They just saw what was happening.
That's what brothers are for.
And they were like, "Yo, like back up." But on the other hand, being in a van with 4 stinky ball-smelling ass dudes is also not the greatest.
I definitely know.
I mean, they're clean. Like they are all respectful, but
we can only do so much.
Yeah.
In a van.
Yeah, and like imagine how hard it is living with a roommate in an apartment. Now we live with 5 people in a passenger van for like months at a time. So it's like, because we don't have no like fancy ass tour bus, like whatever.
You
shit.
will.
We will one day.
50,000 followers. You guys are so close, and you're about to hit that. I swear to
But
God.
right, but you know what? You know what? In a way though. So I have toured with gigantic. Like I've toured with Motionless in White. I toured with like in their bus, right? And so
I bet that was nice.
It was really cool. And it was all over Europe. We spent like 20 days in Europe.
Gosh.
So it was all over the UK. I was like doing fire breathing for them. And I toured in, so the point that I'm making is like, I toured in like really fancy buses where you have a staff and a tour manager and like everything. All you have to do is show up and play. You don't even have to bring your own shit inside, right? But in a way, I almost hope we never do that.
I feel that as well. I could see.
Like, because I feel like it then like, part of what's fun about, you know, we have like our Broke Band Chronicles and stuff. Part of what's fun about doing this the way that we do it now is that we like figure shit out together, and you're a part of it, and you're involved in it. You're not just like being carted around the country and like you like go play a show. Like, you know, stuff happens. Like,
it's an adventure.
yeah,
like,
we get lost, and we're like, where the fuck are we? Or like, you know, just one time, like even things that you would think would be bad experiences. Like one time, our last tour, our bass player locked the keys in the van, and we had a show that night. And like he thought we were all gonna be so mad, but it like really didn't matter because we just like you just adapt. And I think that that's like part of the fun. And I truly think, and you know, I really think that it's almost easier to get along with boys in a way.
Yes, being raised with all.
Yeah,
I
like
can definitely relate.
So it's like easier. So like when those stressful situations come up, you don't have to like worry about cattiness or weirdness. So it's like give and take. You know, I think being in a band with another chick would be cool, but I definitely think that
Maybe like one down chick.
One down chick, yeah. You know, but I really enjoy it. I mean, and it's like I have to be careful what I say. But
We can edit, don't worry.
I mean, it's really like the single ones, the ones that are single in the band. It's for me as a woman, it's like really cute to watch them like spit game at shows.
Oh yeah, that
I'd
would
be
be
like,
spectacle.
I'm like, oh baby, what is he doing? To them, not to the girls. I mean, and you know,
me and my male roommate, I could.
Well, you know what I mean? It's like
I've almost created a monster though.
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and they'll do stuff, and like they'll come to me, they're like, okay, so she followed me on Instagram. What do I do? And I'm like, let me tell you.
That's the good thing about being like a chick dude. Like I kind of feel like a chick dude. Just like I had no sisters until I was like a teenager, so it's like, and not a lot of my chick friends had the best taste in music. So like,
Felt.
you know, we love the boys. Like,
I mean, and like, you know, I'm rowdy, and sorry, I'm just gonna grab this really fast. I'll go back.
Do what you need to do,
Then I'll re-say it.
I'm sure my posture's freaking strange.
Doing a shrimp thing like me, I do it all the time. And like, I don't know, I'm rowdy and kind of rough and not very girly, and you know, they like, I want to go throw down and do stuff, and they're like totally down. Like the other day.
I think you found the perfect balance of like feminine and I'm gonna kick your ass. if I
Yeah,
have to.
I appreciate that. You know, like the other day we went to, where the fuck were we? We were like in Dalton Beach, like Crestview, Florida.
I'm from Ohio, but I've done
Walton
like 8
Beach,
years
Walton
in.
Beach. Anyway,
I think Walton Beach. I've heard of that.
that's where we were. So we like jumped off like a 200-foot tower, like bungee jump.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
It was so much fun.
I do watch a lot of your guys' adventures on
Dude,
Facebook.
we are, yeah, and like, you know, all of us, because the music doesn't pay the bills, like, let's be 100% transparent, music does not pay the bills. We all have jobs, we all have responsibilities. My bass player is like basically married, they're about to get married.
So impromptu question: you have another job?
I have 2 other jobs, and I work them on the road, so while we're on the road.
She is Wonder Woman, you guys. Oh my god.
Bro, so like check this out. So we'll leave a bit. So
You're gonna make it.
we sleep at Love's. So like we sleep in Love's parking lots. That's like
I've done that once, I think.
we don't stay in hotels. So we like pull up into the RV parking with our van. And the cool thing is like there's 24-hour coffee. There's food anytime. There's bathrooms.
They have showers.
Showers. It's $14 a shower, which is a little steep. IMO.
Laundry? Do they not have
They do.
laundry?
Dude, it is the greatest. All those.
I love
If you're in a
traveling.
band and you're staying at a Walmart parking lot, you're fucking doing it wrong. Pilots, Flying J's, trash.
Yes.
Go to Love's. But anyway, so we'll leave a venue. So we always try to drive 4 hours a night after we leave a venue because we usually have long drives.
And you're sleepy, I'm sure, after a night of.
Yeah. So we'll leave a venue at 2 a.m, drive for 4 hours or 2 hours, or leave a venue at like midnight or whatever. I'll sleep until 7, and then I have work meetings. So I work from like 7 to 11 in the morning.
Girl!
And then like I sleep while we drive the first round before we get to the show. So I'm usually waking up when we're pulling into venues.
You are just.
You gotta do it. I mean, we gotta do it. I mean, you know, and I think, you know, it does suck that like it's so hard to be able to make a living doing this. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I love my other jobs.
I think soon enough you're gonna be able to say goodbye to them.
Yeah, I mean,
don't worry about that.
You know, it's like, it's fortunate that because like my other bandmates, they don't have jobs that they can work from the road, right? Like they have jobs where like they actually have to be there, so it's a little easier for me to tour because I don't ever stop getting paychecks while I'm on the road.
Right.
I mean, I work reduced hours, so I don't make as much, but like at least it's like not nothing, right? And so, you know, but it is really stressful, and you know, sometimes my boss will like call me and I'm like, I don't know, in a bar, like taking a shot, and he's like, yo, because the time difference, and he's like, hey, can you give me this email on? And I'm like, bro, I am shit hammered right now. I would never say that, but I think it when I'm looking at my phone.
I feel ya. I was a dancer off and on for a decade.
I was a dancer for a minute.
Really?
I was terrible at it.
I got good at it, but like, I'm not good at a lot, but.
Dude, okay, so first
I didn't
of
mean
all,
to get so good at it.
at the time, I mean, obviously these are fake. At the time, I was like,
No!
oh god, yeah. So at the time, I was like,
Other girls I knew, they said they'd rather give birth. It hurt that bad.
yeah, mine weren't bad. I've had it done twice, so.
No way.
Yeah. So, like, and also, I am the shittiest liar on
We can edit that if you want.
No, I was just like, wow.
I don't care.
I've seen a lot of boobies, and I thought that
Wow, thank you. I wish that I had real
I've seen
animations
a lot
for-
of movies.
I know, right? So I was like a dancer for like 3 months, because I was like homeless in LA. I was like sleeping on the street. I didn't have a car. I didn't
In
have an apartment.
LA?
Yeah.
Wow, I was in Ohio.
It
That's
was
old.
gnarly. It sucked. But you make do, right?
In Ohio, you would have been like 1,000 a night.
No, dude. So like, and the problem is like I'm terrible at lying. So like, and I can't. I
Me
don't.
too. I can't do the mouthpiece.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So much.
So like, and my problem is like, if a dude comes over to me, can I touch your leg? Is that okay?
Of course.
Okay. If a dude comes over to me and is like this, and I don't like it, I can't be like, and you can't do that. Like you can't.
Right.
You have to like.
Yeah, I don't. My bouncers were so good though in Ohio. The girl walls, they were
Really?
like, hey, before they would reach at me, they'd be like,
That's awesome. Yeah, in LA, there are some handy people. Anyway, so I did it for 3 months and I sucked at it. And now, like, I don't do it anymore. But it is.
pole dancing is so fun.
I was gonna say, it's really fun. You know what's crazy though? So, like, in LA, like, and I think everywhere now, like, pole dance fitness is like a legitimate thing.
We should start.
I want to fucking do a metal pole fitness club.
Metal was like my little. No one else was doing it. That's how I became like the
Exactly.
runner-up for Ohio Entertainer of the Year. I was
That's
the only one with
amazing.
real boobs on the whole page.
That's also
And I
amazing.
didn't know I was going to be on it until I got to work and I was in the magazine. I'm like, what?
That's so fucking cool. And isn't it crazy? Okay, and so like here's the thing, and I think that's a really inspiring story that you just said, because like I feel like a lot of girls and people in general who like extreme music, who like metal, who like the stuff that we like, they feel like it detracts from their femininity and like they have to like pull away from it. But the truth is like it makes you special. Like people, and you stand out. Like if you're like, oh, I'm listening to like Behemoth or whatever, or I mean that's like a bland example, but you know what I mean. Like if you listen to like Dealer or like other like
Typo was one of my favorite things
exactly,
to dance
and
to.
Typo is sexy as fuck. Oh my god! So I have to show you this when this interview is over. We just played with this show with this band called October Noir. When I tell you, I closed my eyes and thought I was seeing Typo Negative. They were, and he looks just like him, and like, oh,
Stop.
I will show you the video after this interview's over. But anyway,
I you to death.
October
I would
Noir.
get all teary-eyed, like,
No, seriously, my bandmates are like, you good? I'm like, I'm good.
having a moment.
Just having a moment.
Because
Anyway,
you know,
sorry.
like, because it's one of those bands, like, I'll never get to see Typo, so, like,
Obviously, I didn't get to see them either.
but
Neither of us
that
are old,
sounds
but
close enough.
and they're in Pensacola, Florida.
Stop.
I was like, yo, you want to go on tour?
I'm about to start reading some more tarot cards, damn it. Oh, yeah, where were we?
Sorry, I
No.
can talk about anything forever.
You're amazing. I love it. This is going to a great place, better than I planned.
What's the next question? I want to know. I'm curious. The real question is, why is your handwriting so good? She got like really cute, girly handwriting.
And that was like chicken scratch.
My handwriting is ass.
Oh, yes, I love this one. So, what are some of your interests or hobbies outside of music?
My favorite question.
I thought you might like it. I watched a lot of your, like I said, your video.
Yeah. So I am a gearhead. I love cars. I changes. Another thing I really like to do is I like to hike a lot. I really do, yeah. Because like my life is spent this. And it's from like not only my job, but having to do everything for social media, for the band, talking to promoters, talking to venues, my whole life is literally just on my phone. So like the time I get to put that away is nice. And then also I ride Harley. So I have a Harley.
Hang on, hold that thought.
They're being way too loud. I think we're about to be next, so I probably gotta wrap this up. I gotta pee. I think we go on next. I think we're next. That's the third band or second band?
Second band.
Okay, yeah, so we're third. So we gotta
Okay, so hobby.
So, Harley. Ride Harleys, build cars, hiking. That's my shit. And I cook. I like to cook.
Really?
Yeah, that's like, yeah. But I'm
Jack of all
vegetarian,
trades.
so- Jill.
Jill. Jill of all trades. Okay, so where do you see Fate Destroyed in the next 5 years?
Dude, hopefully playing arena shows at some point. No, a realistic timeline in the next 5 years is I hope that we are touring with bands that we grew up listening to. You know what I mean?
That'd be awesome.
Like opening for them. Like I'm obsessed with this band called Spirit Box. I want to tour with them. I want to tour with Dropout King. There's like this list of like Amity Affliction, Ice Nine Kills. There's like this whole list of bands, and I think realistically we're not going to be at that level yet because it's a grind, man. To get from nothing to being in this moment big or whatever is like a 15-year thing. So I think in the next 5 years we'll be support for like really big bands like Chelsea Grin. Oh my god, I want to put a Chelsea Grin.
I remember that. Oh my gosh.
Let's run out of time. Let's
I like that last question. It's really good.
So, are there any final words for your fans?
Yes. God. I mean, it's tough because I want to talk about announcements that we're dealing with, but more importantly, I really am not one of those fucking people that's like super ultra like preachy soapbox positivity bullshit whatever. But I do want to say to anyone out there, whatever your passion is, just keep fucking doing it. Like, just keep doing it. It doesn't matter. You don't like the mark of success isn't getting famous. The mark of success is whatever you make it to be. Maybe that's just you got out of bed today, and that's totally fine. But whatever it is that moves you, just don't give up on it because that is what is going to aid you and it brings death so much closer. So don't get discouraged. It's okay. It's okay to not be inspired, but just keep going. Just keep doing whatever it is that you love. There's room in the world for you, man. Just take it. Take up space, man.
Well, I couldn't have said any of that better myself. Rock on, y'all. Thank you so much for watching.
Woo!
Thank you so much for coming and taking some time to answer some questions.
That was so
I
much
appreciate
fun.
it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now I gotta go play Rock Band.
You gotta do this. Help.